just a game. He also admitted abusing another young nephew. The former Bishop of Bruges, Roger van Geloe, says he is not a paedophile. He can't be prosecuted under Belgian law because the abuse took place 25 years ago. But Belgian ministers have urged the Vatican to punish him. Here's Jane Deeth.
This is Bishop van Geloe before he was forced to admit he abused his nephew in the 70s and 80s. The Catholic Church in Belgium finally kicked him out this week. But the Vatican gave the 74-year-old safe passage to a French monastery, where he's supposed to be having spiritual and psychological treatment. Instead, he's been on Belgian television talking about abusing his nephew and trying to play it down.
It didn't go very far. You could call it a bit like a relationship. For my part, I have the strong impression that my nephew didn't object. It started as a sort of game, I would say. And to be honest, it never went further than that. I never used physical violence.
Guys, this is literally what all PDF files say. Oh, it was just a game. I didn't see any physical violence in it, and in fact seemed like the child liked it. This is insane. But this is who they call father. They all call him daddy. They all call him papa. Whatever you want to call him, daddy, father, papa, dad, whatever you call him, it's just weird, y'all, because this is not your father. As Jesus says, call no man father except your father which is in heaven, in this context spiritually.
Roger van Geloe reveals he abused a second nephew, but denies he's a paedophile. When he resigned as a bishop, a church-backed inquiry was contacted by 500 victims of abuse by Belgian priests. They finally felt they'd be heard. The Belgian government says Van Geloe's TV appearance is an insult to all of them.
I think it's terrible what's been said. It crossed the line of what's acceptable. This can't go on.
One has to ask, how can someone who's done this kind of thing, who doesn't show any remorse, stay where he is? Enjoying his pension, drinking a nice glass of wine.
The Catholic Church in Belgium says it's astonished at Roger van Geloe's comments. He's still a priest. The Vatican says the power to defrock him lies with the Pope, who's still deciding what to do about him.
Well, guess what, bro? There's nothing you can do about him because guess what? The Vatican is more powerful than the Prime Minister of Belgium, right? Let's just keep it a buck, guys. The Vatican is more powerful than all these other countries out here. They're the ones behind a lot of the satanic PDF file stuff that we see today. So unfortunately, sir, there's nothing that you will be able to do because they're going to cover him up. And guess what he's going to do? He's going to keep his lips shut because he doesn't want to go to prison for the rest of his life. So he's going to keep defending the false Roman paganism faith that he follows.
The Vatican revealed that over the past decade has defrocked 848 priests who molested children and sanctioned another 2,500 with lesser penalties. See, imagine that with any other business, any other industry.
I know.
Self-help.
Yeah.
You know, it's like every time you went to a trader, they f your kid. This is insane.
Yeah, it's actually disgusting. But you know what's crazy about it? Because like, imagine if it was Islam. Everyone's like, oh, ho, 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 look at Muslims, right? And I'm not defending Muslims, but I find it quite hypocritical and such a huge double standard that Roman Catholics love to make fun of Muslims, but they themselves have a plank in their own eye. They themselves have a beam in their own eye. They themselves have that whole huge issue of being a PDF file within their Roman Catholic pagan institution, but then they want to poke fun at Islam when they have the exact same issue, which is very hypocritical. But it gets more interesting too, because as you guys may or may not know, basically what these the pagan Roman institution does is that whenever they find out that someone is a PDF file and they're trying to help them, what they'll do is instead of firing them, they'll actually just transport them to another church. So say I'm a priest in New York City and I go ahead and do some weird stuff to children, guess what they're going to do? They're not going to fire me. They're not going to let me go of my priestly responsibilities like they would in a Christian church. What the Roman Catholic pagan institution would do is just be like, oh, okay, no worries. We'll just go ahead and move you to Dallas, Texas, or Los Angeles, California, so you can go do it again. And then it'll just be this constant cycle, and then we'll just keep on moving you. Like, that's literally what the Roman Catholic Church does, guys. It's absolutely satanic. But I'm going to go ahead and show you guys something that's really interesting. Watch this.
Majority, 99% of the people disagree with those small group of people, and the majority of our parish are fighting. We want him to stay, and this is not right. I have heard nothing but rants and raves and high.
The majority, notice that they didn't say all, the majority want us here, want the priest there. What about the few that don't want the priest there? I wonder if there was some, let's just say SA that went on behind the scenes that a few select had to experience or endure. Very, very, very sad.
My praises over this man. That's why I'm so confused.
The Catholic priest in Beaver County is being removed from his parish, and hundreds of people are demanding to know why. KDK's Jennifer Barresso is live outside St. Titus Church in Aliquippa, one of 4 churches that make up the Mary Queen of Saints parish. Jen.
Ken, this petition is circulating. Parishioners here are shocked, saddened, and angry. They say that Father Canice McMullen is special, and they don't understand why he's being removed. And they're urging the bishop and arch-abbot to reconsider their decision.
Right. They don't know why he's being removed. Well, I'm going to tell you why, right? He's being removed for very ungodly, vile reasons that, trust me, you don't want to know of. You have no business knowing, because they're very ungodly, vile reasons. And that's the reason why the church isn't going to tell you. That's just reality. But I did want to go ahead and show you guys this, little window that I have here, because what's interesting is, again, I wanted to show facts to prove my points, right? So if we actually look here, the title, what does it state? Pope Francis, about 2% of Catholic clergy PDF files. It says here, earlier this month, the Pope begged forgiveness from victims of child abusers within the church. Pope Francis has been quoted as saying that reliable data indicates that about 2% of clergy in the Catholic Church are PDF files. The Pope said that abuse of children was like leprosy infecting the church, according to the Italian La Repubblica newspaper. So, as you guys can see here, Papa Francis himself, and obviously this is an older vlog from 2014, but even he himself said about 2% of the Catholic clergy are PDF files. So that means 2 in every 100 Catholic priests you see out there are PDF files. That's just a reality. I think they even had some studies showing that like hundreds of thousands and millions of children were being touched by these Roman Catholic priests in France alone. And also they have a study there in Boston as well. If you guys watch this movie, I forget the name of it, but basically there's this movie that talks about the Roman Catholic Church PDF file dilemma. And watch how all the Roman Catholics are going to be silent in the comments below, because there's no way to defend this. It's absolutely satanic. We don't have this issue, guys, as Christians. Roman Catholics unfortunately do. And whenever we do have a bad apple that, does some weird stuff within the church, we ourselves, we have a process, obviously, depending on the church that we have. But the point is that we won't be like, oh, okay, Papa Francis, you touched a kid, it's all good, we're going to cover up your mess. Like in the church, we make it very clear, and we try to expose what they did to the congregation, and we don't allow them to preach any longer or be in that position of leadership where they can touch people that are in very vulnerable positions. Whereas the Roman Catholic Church, no matter the circumstance, no matter the church, you have all these priests just touching people and they don't do anything about it. The Vatican, Big Daddy Rome, just goes ahead and moves them around, and they don't actually fix the issue at hand. So I think that's the issue, is because you're going to find bad apples in every religion. But I think the fact that you have bad apples in the religion of Roman Catholicism, but then it's covered up by their institution, I think that's the huger issue here at hand, because they're not actually exposing the bad actors, they're actually supporting them. But let me know what you guys think about this below. Is there anything else that I forgot? Anything else that you wanted to mention? Please don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share. Turn on notifications. It was your boy Nate, and God bless you guys.
I hope you guys really enjoyed the video today. You guys can go ahead and purchase our merch here at Fourth Wall in the description below. You guys can go ahead and get hoodies, shirts, hats, different colors, both for male and female, unisex, different sizes from extra small all the way to 5XL. For my big boys, big girls out there, small boys, small girls out there, we got a size that fits everybody at very affordable prices. So please go ahead and purchase our merch and joining our mission to make America born again.